perspective, you know, and he tells risky stories, and he has a dark, sordid sense of humor, which I appreciate.
How do you go about preparing for a role like this versus a dramatic role?
Well, I think the preparation is the same, because what Abe and I discussed a lot of is that he really wanted the comedy to feel grounded, you know? We're not playing for the laughs. These people are taking their circumstances really seriously, and I think that's what makes it so funny, because it's also just the juxtaposition of things. You have this very jaded adult perspective, and then you have children, you know, watching it, and that calamity is what causes the laugh, you know? He had me watch films like Train to Busan, which is far from comedy, and Okja as well. I hope I'm saying that right. You know, both very dramatic stories, but and so that was a relief, because I felt like, okay, comedy is actually quite intimidating. But here I was like, okay, I can do this. I have access to this in my back pocket. And then it involved really learning how to be a kindergarten teacher, and learning how to be a kindergarten teacher in Australia. So I had a consultant, Michelle Amistoy, and I went to visit Australian schools and just immerse myself in their education system.
And that was a really important thing too for us with the kids in the movie, that when they met Lupita for the first time, they didn't meet her as Lupita, they met her as Miss Carol. So Lupita had done all that prep by that stage, so as far as the kids were concerned, she was really a kindergarten teacher. And it was amazing for us to watch too, because Lupita had, you know, we'd done our rehearsal and gone over everything, but she'd gone off and done that research in Australia, and when she walked into the room, as soon as she walked into the room, she was like, she was an Australian kindergarten teacher. So, and then it was her job. We all had very difficult roles working with the kids in different capacities in this movie, but it was Lupita's job to really basically be Miss Caroline for real during the shoot as well. So,
did you play the ukulele before?
I did not play any instrument, and so I said yes to this role, and then as I was going through the script again, I was like, wait a minute, I have to play the ukulele. I was like, how are they going to do this? And I even asked him, are you going to have a ukulele double? And he was like, no, you're going to be playing the ukulele. And I was like, oh,
you've got an Oscar, you can play the ukulele.
Well, it's funny because one of the biggest bands playing at South by is Ukulele Double. Yep, no, it's not. So Abe, as a father myself, you mentioned channeling. I know what it's like to try to keep children alive, just in general. It's hard. And how did you channel that into the script? Like, what was the process?
Yeah, look, it was just all my own vulnerabilities as a parent, really, and trying to articulate those in ways that felt universal, but the specific ways with my own child, it was finding ways of articulating that. Just as an example, I showed my son Star Wars when he was like 3.5, and he became obsessed with Darth Vader, like really obsessed with him. And he sleeps with like a 8-foot-tall cutout of Darth Vader by his bed, and has since he was 4 years old. And a lot of my son sort of finding his own inner strength came from, he used to dress up as Darth Vader, and that's how he sort of like went out and found his confidence in the world. So that's a super specific reference that I just totally ripped off from his life to my own advantage. But it was just finding ways of, just the scary thing when you have a child, but then also the scary thing of going, how do you prepare them for the world as well in the right way, and what is the right time to preserve that innocence, and when do they need to start being able to cope themselves? But they do need coping mechanisms in order to be able to face the world at some point, and that's what this movie is about.
And we have 2 mics here if you have questions for if you want to come, just stand right here at the mic so we can hear you. Please come down. Ma'am.
It's not a question, it's just a comment. Sorry, I've been a teacher for 15 years, and a lot of times what's portrayed in the media is teachers doing bad things or all the silly antics, but sometimes I get bogged down by a lot of the negativity, and I just wanted to say thank you for this film. It made me cry and remember why I love doing what I do. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.